Have you ever wondered about the impact of free public transportation on society, specifically regarding the free bus scheme for women in Telangana state? This question brings us to our topic of discussion today, the free bus scheme in Telangana, an initiative that has sparked both commendation and criticism. This scheme, implemented by the government of Telangana, provides free bus transportation for women across the state. As part of this policy, women can travel without charge on any state-owned buses, irrespective of the distance or the time of travel. The primary beneficiaries of this initiative are the women of Telangana, especially those from lower income groups who rely heavily on public transportation. The introduction of such a scheme has not only transformed the face of public transportation in Telangana, but also stirred up discussions around gender equality, public spending, and social welfare. Now that we know what the free bus scheme is all about, let's delve into the advantages and disadvantages it brings to the table. Scene script. First off, let's tackle the positive aspects of the free bus scheme. One of the immediate and most tangible benefits of this initiative is the increased accessibility it offers. By eliminating the cost barrier, the scheme opens up public transportation to a larger segment of the population. This is particularly significant for women from lower income households who may otherwise struggle to afford regular bus fares. Next, we delve into the empowerment this scheme provides women. With free access to transportation, women are afforded greater mobility. This can lead to increased participation in the workforce, further education, and community activities. It's about more than just getting from point A to point B. It's about opening doors to opportunities and independence. This brings us to the potential for economic upliftment. A study by the World Bank highlights how access to transportation is directly linked to economic development. By offering free bus rides, women have the opportunity to seek employment or education beyond their immediate locality, thus contributing to their personal economic growth and the regional economy. Moreover, the scheme has the potential to reduce the gender wage gap. According to the International Labour Organization, women in India earn 20% less than men on average. By saving on transportation costs, women have more disposable income, which can help narrow this gap. Lastly, let's not forget the environmental benefits. Encouraging the use of public transportation over private vehicles can significantly reduce carbon emissions. A report by the United Nations Environment Programme suggests that buses emit 40 times less carbon per passenger than a car. Hence, the free bus scheme not only benefits individuals and communities, but also contributes to the global effort against climate change. In sum, the free bus scheme in Telangana offers numerous benefits. It increases accessibility and empowers women, leading to potential economic upliftment. Furthermore, it contributes to environmental sustainability by promoting the use of public transportation. Evidently, the free bus scheme seems to have numerous benefits, but does it come without drawbacks? No policy is without its critics. So, let's take a minute to understand the potential downsides of the free bus scheme. Firstly, there's the financial burden on the government. The free bus scheme, while noble in its goal, is not free of cost. The money to support this scheme has to come from somewhere, and that somewhere is the government's coffers. For a state like Telangana, which already has a multitude of financial commitments, this additional expense could strain its budget. A study by the Center for Good Governance estimates that this scheme could cost the government around 150 crores each year. That's a significant amount that could be used in other areas like education, health, or infrastructure development. Next, we have the issue of possible misuse of the scheme. Without proper checks and balances, there's a risk that the scheme could be exploited. For instance, there could be instances of people falsely claiming to be eligible to benefit from the scheme, or of bus operators inflating their passenger numbers to claim higher reimbursements from the government. Then, there's the question of sustainability. Can the government continue to bear the cost of this scheme in the long run? What happens when the number of beneficiaries increases, or when the cost of operating the buses goes up? Will the government be able to sustain the scheme, or will it have to be discontinued, leaving those who had come to rely on it stranded? Finally, while the scheme aims to promote public transport use, It could inadvertently discourage improvements in bus services. If bus operators are receiving government subsidies, they may not feel the need to improve their services or to operate more efficiently. This could lead to a decline in the quality of bus services over time. As we can see, while the scheme has its benefits, it is not without its potential pitfalls. We've taken a look at both sides of the coin. Now it's time to wrap up our discussion on the free bus scheme. We delved into the many advantages of this policy, such as the potential for increased mobility for women. This translates into a greater ability to access opportunities for work, education, and leisure, potentially leading to a significant improvement in the quality of life for many women. The scheme also has the potential to enhance safety by reducing the reliance on less secure modes of transport. On the flip side, we also explored the challenges that come with such a policy, the primary concern being the financial viability of the scheme. The implementation of the free bus scheme for women requires significant public funding, and the sustainability of this funding over the long term is uncertain. There are also questions about whether the benefits of the scheme are equitably distributed, with some critics arguing that it may disproportionately benefit urban women over those in rural areas. The overall impact of the scheme on the women of Telangana state and on society as a whole is complex. Undoubtedly, the policy has the potential to create a more inclusive public transport system and to contribute to gender equality by removing a significant barrier to women's mobility. However, the success of the scheme ultimately depends on how effectively it is implemented and managed, and whether the funding can be sustained without compromising other vital public services. The free bus scheme for women in Telangana also raises important questions about the role of public policy in addressing social inequities. It serves as a reminder that while such policies can play a crucial role in promoting inclusion and equality, they also need to be carefully designed and implemented to ensure they are equitable, sustainable, and effective. In the end, the free bus scheme for women in Telangana presents a fascinating case study of a policy designed to uplift a specific demographic. Whether its benefits outweigh its drawbacks or vice versa is a question that will continue to spark debate.